The idea of we dare to hope, I think is something that we could say every day. It's easy to despair. It's our human nature. It's my human nature to despair right away. But I have to get out of that and I have to hope. Well, this is what could happen, but hopefully it won't. It helps keep us positive when times are tough, to hope in what could be and hope in the goodness that God has waiting for us on the other side of whatever that is.
The way that we met is beautiful. Kelly and my sister went to school, and these two young ladies and their moms are at a bulletin board saying, well, you need a roommate. They both at the same time. And my mom, in her bold East Coastness, just walked over and said, are you looking for a roommate? This is the girl. Where are you from? Monroe, Madison. And they became roommates.
And good friends.
Very good friends, Yep.
2015, I had a very difficult year. In September, Tony and I attended the World Meeting of Families with Pope Francis. It was a beautiful event from families all over the world. We even ran into some people from the diocese out there, and we went with the Scheinstatt group on a tour bus. And on the way back, Tony and I were really reflecting on all the beautiful things that our church has to say about marriage and family. And I really felt in my heart that we were given a mission. And I looked at him and I said, we've got something to do. I don't know what it is, but we'll figure it out. Right after that, my mom went into hospice care. And right after that, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was kind of a 1-2 punch that it was very easy to despair in those times.
If you take mom with 8 kids who've nursed all those babies and you look at a pie chart on a woman who would have breast cancer, she's not even a sliver on a pie chart. And it just was like, the odds of you having this are so small that there's a plan here. What can we do today? What can we do this hour? What can I do for the next 10 minutes?
When I was tempted to despair, I had to remember that through modern science and modern ways of treating cancer, that the outlook was really good for me. And I'm living witness to hope, because hope is what got me through that my kids would still have their mom and my husband would have his spouse.
For you, Lord, are the help of the helpless, the hope for the hopeless, and the safe harbor for those lost in storms at sea. That is how we're able to hope in the face of an incredible environment of gloom.
I have great peace knowing that the Catholic Church is my home. It's where I'm supposed to be. It's where our family's supposed to be. And I think it's really important to give back to the church. With modern technology, we can click and look anywhere and see where our dollars are going.
When you invest in our ACA, you are helping Catholic Charities, which reaches out to those perhaps who are most tempted to be hopeless, with a word of hope and with concrete human action, feeding the hungry, clothing the naked, visiting those in prison, helping those who are sick.
What always makes me smile time and time again is how much we do with such little bit of money. Great things. Camp Gray over the last 20 years has just built itself. They provide so much. They do so many things.
The effort that we make to send our kids to Catholic schools is made possible by generous benefactors at each of the schools who really help people who cannot pay the full tuition send their kids to receive what I think is the best education through things like Love Begins Here and Forsati Fest and Dead Theologians Society. We're forming citizens for the world who will have hope in a hopeless place sometimes.
You are supporting our wonderful seminarians who are being well trained, as you have seen over and over again, to be witnesses of hope. Witnesses who are in the person of Christ, who alone is our hope, and the hope that never disappoints.
There's no downside to daring to hope. Just surrender, make the dare, and wait for the fruit. It's going to be great.
It's important because if we don't have hope, we don't have anything. And I would challenge everybody in the diocese to look for that hope in their life because it is there.
Darkness can never overcome the light of the risen Christ. Darkness doesn't even have a chance. Please assist us generously in this year's appeal, and let us all pray together that the blessings, the power of the resurrection, more and more will flood the darkness of our world every single day. Thank you for listening. God bless you.